Yo, what's up everybody? It's Connor from Unscripted, back with another video. In today's video, we're talking about tonight's awesome slate of CDL Major 3 matches, and as always, we're doing things off the script. Before we hop into the video though, as always, don't forget to leave a like down below if you enjoy. Leave a comment as well with your thoughts on these matches, and subscribe to the channel as well if you are enjoying the content and looking for more videos like it. I'd appreciate it all, it would mean a lot to me, and let's hop right in. Unfortunately, I was not able to upload last night. I had a monthly goal of uploading every day in the month of May. That didn't happen, but we are on to the next one. I am back today, and I'm ready to talk about these matches because they were freaking awesome. So, kicking us off, we had the Subliners versus the Mutineers. I'm actually going in reverse order, so this didn't kick us off. This actually ended the night, but I'm going by what's most fresh in my memory. So, we had the Mutineers versus the NYSL New York Subliners, and it was a great series. This was for a trip to the Winners Bracket Finals. And New York came out and completely just blew them out of the lobbies. I mean, it was not even close. We started off with the hard point, and it was more of the same. You know, they're the best hard point team in the league right now. That's no debate. They have been phenomenal. Since they got Hydra, pretty much, they've been great in hard points. It's 10 in a row now, so how much better can you get? They win this one by 100. They go up 1-0 in the series, and it was looking like Florida really needed to win the search to make a comeback, and that didn't happen. Florida came out, and they got beat 6-0 on the raid, or not a raid, the Express Search and Destroy. Clayster and Hydra combined to go 19-2 in that map, so that's pretty much all you need to know there. If anybody combines to go 19-2, your team's not winning. That's just how it's going to happen. They didn't even win a round. They got absolutely destroyed there. And then the control on, I think, Garrison, yeah, it was Garrison, actually might have been the most lopsided map of the entire series. I mean, or no, was it Checkmate? I can't even remember now. It's just, it all runs together. But regardless, they got smoked. It was not close. New York totally dominated them. I don't even know what the slang was, but I know it was bad. And here's the slang for the whole series. So New York was plus 1836, plus 59 kills over the course of 3 maps. So, I mean, if you're pretty much winning each map by an average of 20 kills in the slaying department, you're going to win every single map, and you're going to win the match 3-0 every single time, and that's how it happens. So, sorry I was counting there when you couldn't see it. So these are the stats. Clay, obviously the big takeaway. He was plus 23, only one in the lobby to break 10,000 damage. He played well. Hydra played well. Everybody played well. I mean, when you win that big, you're all going to play well. On the Florida side of things, not so hot. Havoc, after a pretty good match last night against the LA Thieves, he goes double neg over the entire series. I mean, their best KD was a .79 for the Florida Mutineers, so obviously they were not going to do anything, and they didn't. They got destroyed, and it was a good showing from the New York Subliners. As Clayster says, he says, sheesh, that's something you absolutely love to see. GG's to Florida, 1-3-0, top 3 in play FaZe tomorrow for a spot in the grand finals. Happy we could finally win our first winners bracket match. So yeah, I did kind of just blow the surprise right there. Not that it's a surprise, but we had, before this, the really, really awesome match between the Toronto Ultra and the Atlanta FaZe. The two top teams in the league entering this tournament, in my opinion. The top 2 favorites, too, by the odds, and it was a good series. FaZe came out, and they went up 2-0, actually. They won. And before I even get into the maps, I thought it was a really bad set of vetoes for Toronto. So it was a Garrison hardpoint. FaZe really good at Garrison. They're good at everything, but they're good at Garrison. Express, not Express. I keep getting these maps wrong. Checkmate, Search, which FaZe is also very good at. Garrison, Control, another good one for FaZe. And then we finally got some that were more beneficial for Toronto in the Raid Hardpoint and the Raid Search to close it out. But anyway, started off, FaZe went up 2-0. They went a kind of close Garrison Hardpoint to kick things off. They ended up coming out and pretty much blowing them off the map on the Checkmate Search. I think FaZe won 6-2. Abizi had a really good map. I know he had an ace in there. He played phenomenal on that map, as he always does in the plane. He's just so good up there. It's just crazy. So they went up there. Then in the Garrison Control, it was actually a crazy ending. So it was 2-2. Toronto was on offense. It was not looking good. FaZe had streaks. So I think Celium had full streaks and Simp had an artillery. Toronto somehow survived it all, managed to actually capture both points and win the map to force the game 4. So it was an impressive showing from Toronto to clutch up. They have not lost a control in a very long time. It's like 10 or 11 in a row now. They're so good at control. We went on to the Raid Hardpoint, where Cammy went really big. You know, he's been one of the best players, maybe even the best player in the entire game in Stage 3. He's just been phenomenal. He clutched up here. He helped Toronto close out the Raid Hardpoint to tie the series 2-2 and force the map 5 Search and Destroy on Raid, where Toronto actually went up 3-1 in the map, and then they ended up losing 5 rounds in a row, falling 6-3 and losing the series. So they went up big. They just couldn't finish it out. It was unfortunate for them because they were playing well, and they just sort of got blown off the map in the last 5 rounds. But that's not just choking. I mean, that's just FaZe playing well. They're a good team. These are the 2 best teams in the league, the 2 best search teams, the 2 best control teams, 2 of the best hardpoint teams behind New York. So they're so evenly matched, and I would not be surprised one bit if we see this matchup once again in the grand finals. We'll get to the bracket in a minute, but it was a really close series. As you see in the stats here, I mean, that backs it up. There you go. I mean, look at the slang. The highest KD in the lobby was a 1.07. The worst was a 0.9. So, like, everybody's neck and neck. That's going to happen between these two teams. Like, Cammy played great. He was awesome, and he was +1 over the series just because there was so much talent in this lobby. Simp led the way for FaZe. He did actually clutch up and go really big. I think he had at least 10 kills in the raid, search and destroy to close things out. So he played well for sure. He did, over 17.5k damage. Good stuff from him. Toronto side of things, they all played well too. They all made plays. Kleenex, he's always making plays. It was just a really good series, and I hope we get to see it again between these two teams. I'm sure we'll see it plenty of times between these two teams, over the course of the rest of the season. Now moving on to another one of the big storylines entering this event was OpTic coming from the losers bracket. They started in the losers bracket. They were able to match up with the LIG today, and they were able to take the series 3-1. It did not look good for them to start. They came out and they lost by 100 points on the Garrison hardpoint. That was not a promising start. I mean, that was actually like the least close map of the series. Even though OpTic won 3-1, there was close. All the maps were close except that one where they lost. They were able to go up 5-3 on Moscow Surge, which has not been a promising lead for them so far this year. They lost 2 rounds in a row to make it 5-5, but they weren't able to clutch up, and actually nobody died in round 11, so they went pretty clutch. Nobody died. They swept LAG off the map in that specific round to close out the map and take the 1-1 series heading into the control, which they also were able to win. They were able to win a raid control. It went 5 rounds as well, so another close one. It's good to see them playing raid control again, though. They haven't played it for a while. They were really good at it. They were like 7-0 on it, and then they started struggling, and they stopped playing it. They're back on it. They were able to clutch up there, and they were finally able to close things out on the Moscow hard point by about 40 points, I think it was. So they were able to take the series, but it was close. As you see from the stats, Scump played well. I think he is OpTic's best player right now. I know it might be a little bit controversial because he's probably not their most talented player anymore, but he's been performing the best. He's been the most consistent over the course of Stage 3. Envoy had a bounce-back series. Good to see from him because he has been struggling a little bit recently. Dashy played well as well, too, especially on the control. He went big in the control. He was like +8 or 9 in that map to help clutch up and win the map. So all around good stuff from OpTic. They were able to finally get a win. They needed a win. They needed to bounce back, and they got it. And we'll see if they can carry their momentum forward. Who knows. And now, the big upset of the day, but I'm not going to call it an upset because I actually predicted it. I thought London was going to win this series over Rocker 3-1, losing the search. They actually came out and even outperformed my expectations. They won 3-0. They won the search. I mean, they won everything. They played really well. Zaptius and Paul X are quite the little young duo they have there. This is going to be a duo they might look to build around, for years to come. They have that Wester connection. Now they have the CDL connection. They're playing well. Zaptius went big on the search. He was brought in thinking he would probably help fix their search problems, and then he actually had a really bad search kitty, like a 0.6 or something, but he turned it around in this search today. Had a really good series overall. Paul X, he's been playing great. He is their best player and their most consistent player. Good to see there. On the Rocker side of things, their SMGs played well as they always do. Standy and Attached, 2 of the most consistent SMGs in the league, but it was accuracy once again drawing them down, holding them back. I've been saying I think they should make the roster change. I haven't been saying it. I was saying it way back when they made the roster change. I thought they got it wrong. I thought they should have dropped accuracy. He ended up playing decent over the course of Stage 2, sort of proved me wrong a little bit. He played well. They were all playing well in Stage 2. Now they're slowing down again, and he is the biggest reason for it. I hate to say it. I like accuracy, but he's not having a good go at it lately. I would think they should make a roster move, whether it be Major Maniac back off the bench. I wouldn't go that way. I'd look at a guy like Tom Gravity in the amateur scene, maybe Timmy Phantoms, Hamza. I mean, there's a couple of guys down there who could really make a difference on this team, I think. I don't think they'll do it, but they surprised me when they made a roster change the last time, so I'm not going to put it past them. They're clearly willing to make controversial decisions in order to make their team better, so we'll see if they do it again. I think they should. I don't know what to expect. I mean, they had a top 10 finish at the Stage 1 Major, which they made known was not acceptable. They went 0-2 to start Stage 2, and that was that. They were done. They had to try a new roster. They played pretty well in Stage 2. When Stanley joined the team, they finished out the group stage 3-0 after that move. Ended up getting 4th at the Major. Things were looking up. Now top 10 again at this Major, not good. They're a better team than that. They're at least a top 7 or 8 team in the league. Definitely should not be placing top 10. They're better than that, and they just haven't been able to show it, so I think they have to make a roster move. If the roster you have is not performing to its standards, I think it's only right you make a move. We'll see if they do, but that's just my opinion on it. Now, here's the bracket, the updated bracket, and 2 takeaways here. First off, I think Ultra has a pretty easy shot back into Elim Round 5. I think Thieves will probably beat London, but London is playing well right now, so I won't put it past them. But regardless, I think either of those teams lose to the Ultra, so Ultra should be in the top 4 for sure. And the other side of things is OpTic they got the ideal bracket. I mean, they didn't want to start in losers, but they were either going to play Empire or FaZe in Elim Round 3. Obviously, they would have rather picked Empire. That's what they got. And then if they're able to beat Empire in Elim Round 4, their options were Florida or New York. Obviously, they'd pick Florida. So they still have a long way to go. They still have to be better, but they at least got the bracket they want, and now we'll see if they can capitalize on it. If they can execute, they can absolutely find themselves back into the top 4. They for sure can beat Dallas. They for sure can beat Florida if they play as a team, if they play well and keep it up. On the other side of things, they could just come out and lose to Empire. I mean, if they don't play as a team, Empire's good enough where they'll beat them. So we'll see how it goes, but that's just something I thought was interesting because they got the ideal bracket, and we'll see if they capitalize. Now moving over to tomorrow's matches. So 5 matches tomorrow. That's awesome. It just takes it back to the old CWL days when the weekends are just jam-packed full of Call of Duty. FaZe versus Ravens kicking us off. Dallas versus Chicago after that. And then the other losers bracket matches. And we're going to end the night with the winners bracket finals heading into Sunday. So it's going to be a great day of matches again tomorrow. I hope you're looking forward to it. I'm sure you are. I know I am. So we'll see how it goes. That's going to wrap it up for this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like down below. Leave a comment as well with your thoughts on the video and the matches today. That would mean a lot to me. Subscribe to the channel too if you enjoyed the content and you want to see more of it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you had a good day today. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video.